Da 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 da. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this audio fan commentary. I'm here with Jack McCullough, and today we are commentating on the third Roger Moore Bond adventure, The Spy Who Loved Me. Directed by Gilbert and starring Roger Moore, released in 1977. Yes, with the recent passing of Sir Roger Moore, we also commentated on Live and Let Die not so long ago. We're doing The Spy Who Loved Me today, in memory of his death and his legacy as James Bond. And this is a non-profit commentary. We're not making any money of this. We're simply just fans commentating. And also, if you want to follow along with us, put in your DVD, stick your timestamp into 0, and enjoy the ride. Jack, is there anything you want to say before we begin?
Well, the spy loved me. Well, yes, the spy shot me.
Okay, are we ready?
Hold on a sec. Bond, James Bond.
How old was Roger Moore when he started in this film?
50, I think.
He was 50.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
49 actually. Yeah.
49. Well, he doesn't look it. I mean, when Brosnan was 49, I mean, oh god, he looked a bit rough.
Yeah.
Die another day.
God. Yeah. So whenever you want to go, because I'm ready.
Cool. Okay. 3, 2, 1, play. Leo the Lion.
Yeah.
Now in the newer films, it just seems to zoom out of the lion.
Yeah. I miss the old logo, I'm going to be honest.
I don't think it makes too much difference. All it is just the movement, really. It's just the same lion, isn't it?
Yeah. I love this gun barrel. Of course, this was reshot because it was in because I think the aspect ratio became wider for this one.
Yeah.
I love that theme though.
I think this gun barrel would be reused for his remaining movies, wouldn't it?
Yeah, although they would change the music a bit and the gun barrel itself a little bit in the background. I really like this stuff with the submarine at the start. It's quite cool.
It's actually quite intriguing. How can you steal a submarine? I think that's what's very interesting about Stromberg, is how he manages to capture the submarines.
Yeah, it's interesting because if you see in the wall there,
Oh, funny. This film was on TV only a couple of hours ago in the UK.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why. I mean, this is widely regarded as one of the best Bond films, and rightfully so. I mean, it's always been one of. It's like I think it's like, you know, the Goldfinger of Roger Moore's era, or Moore's era, or Spectre. I mean, I don't, you know, it seems the third film from. Yeah.
It's pretty impressive, the scope of the whole thing.
Interesting as well as 40 years old this year, 1917.
So it is.
Contact with engineers. No.
I mean, Roger Moore said this was his favorite Bond film as well. I can understand why. I think this is where he really hits his stride as Bond performance in the whole series.
Last one of our new
He finds his footing in the role.
Yeah.
I think this has got one of the most interesting characters in Anya and their relationship, and she's almost like an equal to him, which is interesting. And how they've been sort of put together to to stop Stromberg, and obviously she has her own her own ways.
Yeah.
Interesting that we don't start with Bonding Day, we start with her.
Yeah. I mean, it's also the introduction of Gogol, who would go on to become a regular in the rest of the
Wonderful weekend.
Roger Moore films.
Yeah.
It's funny, that guy there she's in bed with looks like George Lazenby.
Yeah. He does actually a bit.
Hey, you want to fuck me? Whoa!
He's got Connery's gorilla hair.
You know,
I mean, I'm going to say this now. Barbara Bach, what an absolute beauty. Would you agree?
By X. Yeah.
Sorry?
Oh, no, I was going to say Barbara Bach is...
Message received and understood.
I didn't really catch that. Sorry, buddy. Your connection is a little bit...
I was going to say, I think Barbara Bach is Triple X, probably the most attractive Bond girl. She's one of the hottest, I think.
I'd probably agree with that. Yeah, definitely. He's on a mission, sir. Hmm.
Girl as usual.
Probably one of the most impressive opening sequences of the entire series, I think.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
Immediately.
Mm.
What happened?
Came up. Yeah, this opening scene is just so good.
I need you.
So does England.
I think Roger Moore here is just so relaxed. Like, I'll Never Let Die, he was great. This
He has just left.
Man with Golden Gunning's better, and here he just completely settles into the role. Like,
The music here is fantastic. Dum, 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 dum.
yeah. I mean, yeah, the music, yeah, Marvin Hamlish, yeah, just it's set in these Bond beat. I love it. Like, it's just so great.
And it's nice to have a break from John Barry for a change. As great as Barry is, you know, he can't compose all the time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this action scene, it's just such a cool speech. Yes.
It's impeccably shot. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, Lewis Gilbert directed this. I think his direction here, he really. I like You Only Live Twice, but I think here, this is his best film out of the three directed.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, Moonraker is still great, but it's pretty much the same film, just in space.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this stunt scene is just so impressive.
I mean,
And that scene there where he jumps off the cliff, skis off the cliff, that was all one take.
and it got a cheer in the cinemas when it was released, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at that.
It's amazing.
And they tried to copy it in Moonraker as well, but it's still a great opening scene in Moonraker.
And just the Union Jack parachute is just so great. I mean, they copied it in Die Another Day, but didn't work.
This is one of the best Bond songs and title sequences.
Yeah. Nobody does it better. It's my favorite Bond song and title sequence. I think it's so great. I just love the way Roger Moore turns around as well in the title sequence.
I know they reused that in a few of his later ones, like For Your Eyes Only and A View to a Kill. I think even Octopussy as well.
Yeah, I think this is Morris Binder's best title sequence. I mean, he made a lot of them. He didn't make the one. I don't think it was him who made the title sequence for Goldfinger, but he made Thunderball and Doctor No and all the ones after that. Spy.
Love me.
I mean, this is just a perfect song that they used in that Bond tribute. That the official Bond site put out. I mean, for me, no one did it better than Roger Moore. I mean, that's what I put it in my video, and that's what Daniel Craig put in the post on Facebook.
That was very good of him to do that, and you as well. Your tribute was so heartfelt.
Yeah, and your tribute was great as well. I mean, I think Alan's was great, and I mean, he was an old man, but you know,
He had a legacy. I don't think he realized how many people actually loved him. Like, not just as James Bond, but as a person. He felt that he wasn't good enough. He was very self-doubting, which saddens me the most, really.
Yeah. Just, you know, since his guy is really heartwarming, and even Sean Connery said he missed Roger Moore, like they were.
I love all that the women swinging from the gun and everything. That's really creative.
There.
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry, I'm watching. It's nice to see like a female, like kind of a similar scene to what Bond normally has at the start of this. So having Anya scene with her, well, General Gogol, her building.
Triple X, and Lee Tamahori, one of the Bond directors, would go on to direct Triple X, State of the Union.
Oh God. I don't think Lee Tamahori directs. He just kind of throws things in the kitchen sink and hopes for the best.
Yeah.
I think I mean, her acting isn't superb, but she's good enough in this movie. She's all right. I don't know where Jack's gone. He's just disappeared. And I think her character is also very interesting. How towards the end she grows to sort of obviously be wooed by Bond, but she knows his game. She knows him because she deals in a similar work line. See, she's an agent, sort of the Soviet Union. So it's an interesting dynamic in this film, having the two of them, because they're both equals. They're both in the same wavelength. So there's nothing he can really do to outsmart her. This is also a nice scene. How we're not in the standard MI6 building in London. We're on a sort of submarine, which is a bit different. Well, I don't know where Jack has gone. You right, Jack? Hello? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that. Wi-Fi was cut out briefly.
I'm on the scene where they're where Bond's having his briefing in the submarine.
Yeah, no, I was going to point out, funnily enough, that guy he talks to with the weird haircut. I was talking the other day in the Live and Let Die commentary about them using that brush prop in Live and Let Die. The guy used that brush prop in Revenge of the Cybermen. He's in this story as well. So.
He really gets around.
Yeah.
I think Roger Moore suits the outfit that he's wearing, the sort of sailor Navy outfit.
Yeah. How many minutes are you in?
15.
Yeah.
And we're introduced to Stromberg, the main villain of the piece.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't think he's the worst villain, but he's basically a Blofeld ripoff. There's not much else to him. I mean, he's only called Stromberg because of the legal issues. If it wasn't Stromberg, it would be Blofeld. For me, he's just not really that interesting. He's the weakest part of the film, but he doesn't drag the film down for me. But it'd be nice for him to have a bit more persona, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kurt Jurgens gives a good performance, but it's like it should have just been Blofeld. Like, I mean, that's like the one little downer of the. I mean, it's not a downer, but it's like it pisses me off that fucking Kevin McCullough couldn't give them the rights to just use Blofeld in this film. Like, because I mean, Roger Moore only encountered Blofeld once in Your Eyes Only, and like none of the Bonds after Sean Connery really. Well, after George Lazenby, apart from Roger Moore encountering Blofeld once, ever encountered Blofeld. I mean, that's what was great about Spectre, is that they brought Blofeld back.
I think it was about time as well.
Yeah. This scene, though, is quite creepy, where he's playing the music, and, you know, he puts her down this, like, you know, like,
now you will pay the penalty.
It is quite creepy, like, you know, he's throwing her in a Shark Tank while playing this music.
Quite horrific.
Yeah.
I guess this is their sort of reference to Jaws, as in Jaws the film. Yeah.
My most profound.
And then I'll have Jaws appear in this film as well.
I mean, this scene is quite sadistic, really, having the music being played while she's being devoured by the shark. I mean, that's I guess the one sort of threatening thing that he does, but beyond that, he's not really that threatening to me. He's a guy that sits there most of the time, for me anyway. But he's not the worst villain. There are far worse than Stromberg, but they could have made him a bit more, or they could have just called him Blofeld. But when legal issues arise.
I love the sets though of this film. The sets are amazing.
Yeah, I think Ken Adam really outdid himself with the production design of this. It's one of the best, I think. Like, especially Stromberg's lair, it looks so good.
Yeah. I think the Atlantis set is like really cool as well. Like, you know, he basically wants to create this like perfect race sort of under the sea. Like,
Under the sea.
yeah. Jaws.
God.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. What's his name?
God.
Condor, I think, something like that.
Concerning you the task.
There was some Jaws. Richard Keel's passed away as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Thunder, you will go to obey.
I mean, Richard Kiel for me is probably
Contact with
one of the, maybe the definitive Bond
be
villain,
eliminated.
just because, you know, he's just so, I mean, I love Jaws, he's just so fantastic. Like, I mean,
He's probably my favourite henchman, alongside Oddjob. I think those two are the most iconic henchmen, and for me, the most classic.
yeah. I mean, I think, you know, that, well, I mean, this scene's quite good as well, where he just blows them up, like.
Inform next of kin to the tragic accident that resulted in the death of Professor Markowitz and Dr. Beckman. The funeral was at sea.
I think the locations are great in this as well. Like, it's one of the Bond films with I mean, every Bond film has great locations, but
I think it has the most varied locations.
yeah,
Where is he? In Egypt?
yeah, yeah, he is. Yeah,
where Helen of Arabia was. No.
Roger of Arabia.
No. Oh.
James Bond.
You wouldn't see Daniel Craig wearing that outfit.
Yeah,
Can you imagine it?
yeah, that would be strange, but
I mean, even this set as well, this sort of tent, if you call it that, is really.
yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I'd say even this tent looks really nice, and all the nice ladies.
Yeah. I mean, I know Alan. I know he's not a huge fan of Spy Love Me, but I mean, it's his opinion, and I respect it. But I mean, I don't see how he thinks Roger Moore sort of was good in The Man with the Golden Gun. He sort of becomes wooden here again. I mean, I think Roger here really. I think he's really like he's just really settled into the role. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he's just. I mean, he's relaxed. He's confident. There's no like moments. I mean, not that there wasn't Live and Let Die or Man with the Golden Gun, but he just, you know, he's like Connery. It's like by the third film, you just see him and it's like, okay, he's just completely in charge here. You know, he knows his delivery, he knows his style, and he knows what he's going to do. And I think he's. I mean, I think he gets so many great moments here in this film as well to sort of stretch his acting.
Yeah.
Like
Beckish, the moment when he asks, "Where's Beckish?" that he just knocks the guy off the roof. That's a good moment.
yeah,
I mean, actually, he never gave a bad performance, in my opinion. He always tried. I think he's pretty much consistent throughout his era.
yeah. I mean,
One should though be
I mean, I agree. I mean, he, you know, I don't think he ever gave a bad performance in any of his 7 films. He always tried, and I mean, that's what I respect about him as Bond. You know, I mean, I think out of all the actors so far, him and Craig have been the most consistent. I mean, for me, you know, I mean, he was there for 7 films and he never lost interest like Connery, and that's why I think he is that iconic Bond for me, just because I think he embodied that whole gentleman sort of charm, and he had that wit, and he could be tough as well. I mean, some people don't give Roger Moore enough credit. You know, they say, oh, he's just, you know, tough. I mean,
people praise George Lazenby for being tough in the action scenes, but it's like, that doesn't compare. That's just one film.
yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, people are just like, oh, Roger Moore is just too campy, too, you know. Like it's like he's not. It's like, yeah, you know, he has his light relief moments, but he can be tough as well. I mean, there are plenty of scenes in his films where, you know, he can get tough, and you know, and that's the whole point of Bond for me, is that, you know, yes, he is a killer, but he doesn't have to be, you know, completely devoid of any humor at all, or, you know, completely devoid of any, you know, charm. You know, I mean, that's what I like about Daniel Craig as well. He's, you know, I mean, he is a cold killer, but he's got the charm. He's got the
dry wit.
And I, you know, he was. I mean, I thought, you know, Daniel Craig. You know, I just think. I mean, especially in Spectre, he was just, you know, fantastic the way he sort of stretched his arms with the role. He just, you know, he had a bit of light relief, and there was nothing wrong with that. And I think, you know, if there's one person you can't fault is, I mean, if you're going to fault something with Roger Moore, or, you know, I fault maybe the writing or the direction if you don't like the films. You can't really fault Roger Moore because he's just delivering the lines, and
yeah, he's trying his best. I mean, he has to work with the scripts that he's got. I mean, obviously, Daniel Craig decided to stick his oar in and, you know, have some input into the stories. Maybe if Roger Moore had that as well, the films may have ended up different, but I'm happy with the way his era turned out.
Yeah, same. But I mean, you were telling me earlier about your friend like watched like was it a Bond film and he found it cheesy or whatever. I mean, but it was the times, and you know, there's nothing wrong with it. That's what I love about Bond. There's so many different things within Bond, and lighthearted Bond can work as well as serious Bond. It depends. I mean, you know, lighthearted Bond can feel, and serious Bond can feel, as in License to Kill. Yeah. And you know,
I mean, the two can also blend well together. Like, well, for me anyway, for Daniel Craig, like, Spectre was a perfect blend of classic Bond and modern Bond. So
yeah. Yeah. I think this fight scene's great, like.
Oh. I feel the pain.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's one thing as well that I think, you know, I mean, yeah, this is actually a really good fight, actually.
Oh, this is a great moment.
Yeah. Where's Peckish?
Peckish.
Where's Peckish?
What a helpful chap.
I mean, that moment actually is it's actually quite a cool kill if you think about it. I can imagine Daniel Craig doing something like that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, exactly. Also, the fact that Bond usually laughs it off at the end. He doesn't care. He's emotionally shut off.
Yeah.
He would say quips like that. He would quip it off. What a helpful chap. You know. Like you say, yeah, I think I could see him do that. Like there's a similar kill in Quantum of Solace. I think it's a homage to that kill, really. And there's a guy on the roof, and he's like, "I asked you who you were working for."
I was like, "Piss off!" Yeah.
And he just tosses, like lets go of his tie and just throws him off the roof.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I think that is a homage. I remember when I first saw it in cinema, just laughing at how funny that was, but kind of how dark that was as well. I mean,
we should do a commentary on Quantum of Solace at some point.
yeah, actually, because I mean, that for me, one of the most underrated.
Oh dear.
I mean, for me, what's great about The Spy Loved Me and The Roger Moore and why it appeals to me is because, I mean, they are just entertaining films, and that's what Bond is at the end of the day. And you know, some people have a problem with that. You know, there's some people who just like the serious Bond films, or there's some who just like the campy. I mean, I like both. I mean,
it's not as if Sean Connery's weren't silly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think you have to embrace both when it comes down to it.
I mean, there's different styles, and each actor brings a different style. And if you can't accept it, don't fob it off, but at least appreciate it for what it is. That's what I say.
Yeah, I mean, my friend, he's only really seen the Daniel Craig films, and he doesn't really want to watch the older ones because, like, he thinks they'll be too cheesy and stuff. But I mean, I think with Daniel Craig, you know, they were trying to get away from that. And if you can't, I mean, I think, you know, you can't really call yourself a true Bond fan unless you appreciate both sides of.
Well, I mean, saying that, Craig does have his humorous moments. Not as much as Roger Moore, but I mean, definitely towards the second half of his era with Skyfall and Spectre, there's more humor, more of a classic Bond. But with Casino Royale and Quantum, there's less humor. I mean, Casino, he has a few one-liners. They're very dry. And Quantum, he barely have any one-liners. I think he has a few, but not many at all. But that's okay. You know, it's something different. But they gradually move towards a homage to the classic era with Skyfall and Spectre. I mean, I know especially Spectre as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Richard Kiel is amazing in the two films he's in. Such a huge guy, and what a fantastic physical henchman for Bond.
Yeah, I mean, he has a physical presence, and he is scary. Like, you see him, and you're like, shit. Like, he is scary.
None of the henchmen since have come close to him. I mean, there are some good ones, but none that really stack up to him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if he actually polishes it or brushes his teeth.
Yeah. I mean, I think Jaws as well is just like one of those characters that, you know, I mean, I was kind of annoyed they didn't bring him back for Your Eyes Only because, I mean, Moonraker, I mean, people saw it thought it was too outlandish, and, you know, fair enough to them, but I think it'd have been great just to bring back him for one more film for Your Eyes Only, just to spice that film up a bit more.
Yeah, I agree, because the villains were, well, crap.
Yeah, I mean, Christatos, you know, Locke, you know, they're nothing. Like,
yeah. I mean, Christatos, he doesn't come into the film till an hour into the film.
Yeah.
I mean, Julian Glover tries, but he can't do anything to save it.
Yeah.
This is a great scene when Bond and Anya finally meet.
Yeah.
You killed him.
No, he was dead when I found him.
There's this kind of ongoing battle of trust between Bond and Anya. Like, they don't trust each other from the beginning.
Yeah. Anya Massiva.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Good night.
That's what's cool about their relationship is, like, yeah, they don't trust each other, but because they work together, they start to, like, I mean,
well, this is a fantastically looking scene.
yeah,
Yeah, just gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, it is great. I love it.
They need to go back to Egypt again at some point, and for a future installment.
What an unexpected pleasure. Welcome to Pajak.
James Bond.
Are you a drink? Major amounts of them?
Whoa! She looks sexy in that dress.
Yeah.
You made quite an impression.
Yeah.
I'm so
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, he's like 49, pushing 50 here, but he doesn't look like it. I mean, he's just, I mean, he's great looking here. I mean, Connery by this point, you know, I mean, you see him in Diamonds Are Forever. He's terrible. Like,
It's been on the KFC.
Commander James Bond, recruited to the British Secret Service from the Royal Navy.
Love this scene. She already knows everything about him.
yeah.
Many lady friends, but married only once. Wife killed.
All right, you've made your point.
I think that's quite good. Was like, all right, you've made your point. Like, you know, he doesn't want to go there about Tracy.
Yeah.
Excuse me? Tragically, I have a previous...
That's sort of the only sort of continuity there is, really. Even
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr.
Bond
Bond.
looks different in that film, but oh well.
I have a feeling we'll be meeting
Yeah.
again sometime. I'm looking for Mr. Calvin.
Mr. Max Calvin is the owner of the club, sir. Over there.
It's interesting all the different cultures and stuff you get in Bond as well. That's what I like. I mean, that's what's great about watching the films is you're always going to all these different locations, and within 2 hours, you know, it's always visually appealing.
I agree. And it's sort of the only series that can do that. It can take you around the world without you having to pay for flights and everything. You can just watch the movie and see it all for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's my fan in the background.
Oh, that's all right. I've got mine on too. Mr. Bond.
Competition, Mr. Bond. And from where I sit, I fancy that the latest figure. Hard to match.
My contestants, please be permitted to view the article for sale.
Oh, this is a microfilm, isn't it?
What? Sorry?
We'll start the bidding.
Mr. Calvin, sir. The telephone. An urgent.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Pardon me.
Love how we don't see the guy die. Or, well, do we? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think we do.
It just looks like he's smiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever tried a vodka martini?
Oh, have I ever tried it?
Yeah.
No, I heard they're very bitter.
Yeah. I'd love to try one day. I don't know if there's many bars that actually do them.
Yeah, unfortunately, watching we're actually apparently love vodka martinis in real life, and a few years ago we had to give up drinking them.
Oh, because of cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's understandable. Sort of adapted to it as Bond, and obviously in real life it became a part of his his drinking.
Yes. Bond, James Bond. guys go.
In a way, Jaws kind of distracts the audience from Stromberg. Really, he's much more engaging. I mean, he's in the film more anyway than Stromberg.
Yeah, I think he was just so well received in this film because he's such a great character. That's why he came back from Moonraker. You know, I mean, I think this is the film really where, because I mean, Man with the Golden Gun didn't do as well as the box office. This is really the film where the audience got used to this sort of tone of Bond, and they really loved it. And you know, a lot of the, like most of Roger Moore's films were like box office success. You know,
Yeah,
pretty much all of them apart from Man with the Golden Gun. But I mean, Moonraker.
We've really got something.
Moonraker, in fact, was so big. It was the biggest Bond film in terms of box office until GoldenEye, because of the sort of Star Wars element they put in there.
yeah.
He must have it, or you wouldn't be here.
I don't know who he is. He's not up for a professional killer.
Call George.
Mhm.
Make no mistake. I want
Yeah.
that microphone,
No.
and I'm going to get it.
Unless I get it first.
This sort of, is it a construction site? Or this sort of ruins?
Oh, she just falls asleep in the van.
And so it's nice that they have the ongoing tension, and then they finally sort of fall in love. They finally sort of
Yeah.
get in bed at the very end. So. Good move. Leave the keys in there.
I mean, we're already 40 minutes in, and God, it hasn't felt like it.
Yeah, it's gone so quickly. This is one of the best paced of the series. Easy.
Yeah. I love all this stuff here, whether in the. Well, I just love that like expression, like I gotta go get a Jaws first.
Bond must be really hot in that suit.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's interesting, like, yeah. That's what I like about Roger Moore's Bond. Like, I mean, pretty much in every film he wears like a suit or something. I mean,
Yeah. Well, if the suit fits.
yeah, I think he's one of the, well, like the suit works really well on him. That's why he wears it.
Pardon the pun, but he's one of the most suited Bonds. I mean, it's different with Bonds like Daniel Craig and Pierce Brosnan because they're in a more modern time, so the styles are very different. Like you get the pinstripe suits and loads of different suits, but thankfully they've gone down a classic route for Spectre, and he got to wear a white tuxedo, which was nice.
Yeah. This fight scene with Jaws is great. And you're
Whoa! Oh! Well, the fight scenes are actually spectacular in the Moore films. For all the
Yeah.
guys about the cheesiness, the fights are really well choreographed.
Yeah. Yeah, the fights are great, yeah. I think the humor works for Roger Moore. He's so good at the humor that I laugh at most of his jokes.
He's probably one of the most suave James Bonds.
Yeah.
Microfilm.
I mean, he's the most,
Give it to me.
yeah, I mean, he's probably, I mean, You can see why the ladies like him because he's just sort of like a, sort of a.
Whoopsie. Wah, 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 wah. Builders.
Egyptian builders.
Keys.
I like that line where like this stuff falls into us like Egyptian building.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Just too late.
Give me the key.
Oh. I'm gonna play the other tune.
Like Jaws is like so fucking powerful he can rip off all this stuff.
I love how he's patronising her. She's trying to drive the car.
Let's try reverse. That's backwards. With the drivers.
Quiet. Watch this.
Women drivers.
She's just shaken, not stirred. Roger Moore's reactions in this film are also priceless.
Yeah.
Bye. And they just drive off.
He drops a stone on his foot.
Fixed thy riveter.
Still.
Also, thanks for deserting me back then.
Stay that's only for herself. Remember? We all make mistakes.
You did save my life. We all make mistakes, Mr. Bond. Music's like Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh.
Roger of Arabia.
Beautiful shots in this location.
Yeah,
Cinematography is very good.
yeah.
What did he say?
Well, he thinks we're a bit overdressed, but he'll take us to Cairo.
Good.
Yeah, not gonna let her steal it.
Getting cold.
Yeah, warm you up.
Don't have to worry about me, Mr. Bond. I went on a survival course in Siberia.
Naturally. A great number of your countrymen do. What did they teach you?
That it's very important to have a positive mental.
More practical than that.
Food is also very important.
What else?
When necessary, shared.
What's the part I like?
always a ladies' man.
That's really what they're doing. Isn't it?
Yes. You're not trying to take advantage of me, are you?
Thought never crossed my mind. Just when it was getting interesting.
That's interesting. She just betrays him like that.
Bitch.
That's what's good as well. The twists. Like, who the devil are you?
Oh. Yeah.
Where's it go? I think okay.
I think as well, what's really good about this film is the yeah, I mean the fact that they go to Egypt. I mean, God, I mean that's one of the, you know, it's just you know, great locate, one of the best Bond films with locations, and I think one of the most visually appealing for me, just in terms of, you know.
Fair enough.
It's quite cool as well. They have M's like in a sort of underground.
MI6 are everywhere, it seems.
I mean, you may find. I mean, I remember someone saying that they found it ridiculous that a MI6 would be hiding inside a sunken ship in the Man of the Golden Gun, but it's actually not if you think about it, because like my dad told me that like spies or whatever, like the British Army were hiding in a rooftop of a children's school over in Northern Ireland. So
Yeah, I guess also because, I mean, they're supposed to be like top secret, but yet they're in the middle of London, so they're an easy target, really. So I guess they have to be accessible to different locations. Like,
yeah, and you know, the most obvious places like tombs and stuff, you'd never suspect they would be in there, or like, you know,
like in Skyfall, when the building's blown up, they have to vacate underground.
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, that's the thing about the intelligence. I mean, they're basically everywhere, you know.
Even in
Like,
Scotland, in The World Is Not Enough.
yeah.
Although, why do they go to Scotland in The World Is Not Enough?
I don't know, to be honest. Maybe they just thought, well, good.
Is it 'cause- oh yeah, there was an explosion. Yeah, just when King died, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to do another commentary on.
Brosnan.
Yeah. I think we should do a Sean Connery one, like Goldfinger or something.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Also, Barbara Bach, again, looks...
Great.
How's this woman so beautiful?
Yeah.
After your next.
Oh, whatever you want.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
It's nice to see the MI6 regulars getting involved a bit more in this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody ready? Right. Everybody ready? Now we're pretty certain this drawing was drafted in Italy. The size corresponds with a Venetian octave, and the typeface is an Italian. Now, note the slight upward stress on the transversals.
Hugh, what's that mark there?
Huh? Oh, probably a show through of something the drawing was resting on when it was photographed. It must be done in a hurry.
Can you enlarge it?
God bless Desmond Llewellyn.
Oh, I do miss him. As good as Ben Wisher is, he won't. Nobody will ever come close to Desmond Llewellyn.
Yeah.
It is a fish. That is the symbol of the Hamburg shipping line,
From there, but he's one of the richest men in the world.
one of the principal capitalists exploiting the harvest.
I think you mean Ernst Stavro Blofeld.
Yeah.
As a marine research laboratory.
Fucking Kevin McCullough and his legal discrepancies.
Yeah. Also, we can make that shitty fucking Thunderball remake.
Yeah, more of a parody than a remake.
He was going to remake it again, Thunderball again, with Timothy Dalton and call it Warhead 2000, something like that.
What, because Never Say Never Again bombed?
Well, it didn't bomb. It did well at the box office, but it just didn't do as well as Octopussy.
Critically not received very well.
Yeah.
This is another classic on the train. You know, this train set actually reminds me of the Spectre one, so they must have taken some inspiration from this movie.
That's why I absolutely love Spectre. Just so many references to the classic Bond films. It just, I mean, a lot of people like said that, you know, oh, like, there were a lot of people who sort of like, you know, said like, that people who said like, oh, this is more fun than it is good. I mean, I disagree. I mean, Spectre was just, you know, it was a homage also to classic Bond films, and you know, for me watching it, it was just like, it was such a treat. I mean, it was definitely a treat for Bond fans who've watched all the films, you know, and especially for us when we saw in the cinema, you know.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. I have an idea tomorrow.
Well,
Sleep well.
And you.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, good night.
Yeah. Good night, sir.
She's just coming, sir.
Oh, God. Good old Roger. I mean, you have to assume that all the Bonds who came after Roger Moore, or definitely Brosnan and Craig, definitely took inspiration from Roger Moore, from some of the one-liners and the delivery of them, because he's so smooth. So
Yeah.
I'm sure, I mean, Daniel Craig has said it in an interview that some of Roger's lines are pretty good, so there's obviously been some inspiration there. And as him and Mendes both loved Live and Let Die, I guess that was the first film of inspiration to go to.
Yeah. Exactly, and I think as well with Roger Moore, yeah, yeah, Brosnan said before that, you know, Roger Moore was an influence on him. I mean, you can see it. I mean, real like sort of a poor man's version of Roger Moore. But there we go.
Well, this is a pretty intense fight scene.
Yeah. Oh.
Sure.
I mean, one thing I will say, I mean, I don't hate Brosnan. I think his tribute to Roger Moore was quite touching on Facebook. I just don't think his portrayal was up to snuff, but, you know, it was really...
He was all right, bloke, but his portrayal of James Bond was just confusing to me.
Yeah.
His films aren't really up to scratch with the rest of the series, in my opinion. I mean, GoldenEye's really his only good one, in my opinion.
I probably agree. I mean, I don't really like GoldenEye, but I think it's average. Like, it's...
All right.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I love that. This fight scene is just so cool. I love it.
Share. Yeah. Love how he doesn't have any lines until Moonraker, obviously.
What happened?
He just got in for a big fight.
You're hurt.
Later. Worry about you. What was it, the torture and that survival course?
It must be
Torture, survival. Share bodily.
Share bodily warmth.
Nothing about keeping up drunk.
Wow. What a lucky man.
Yeah.
Beautiful woman.
Yes.
Woof woof.
Ow! Oh. So,
Why don't you like him?
Bomber Bach is fit.
I agree. Probably why she was cast. I think Roger Moore enjoyed kissing all those women.
Yeah, he always joked that he didn't like doing the love scenes. Because, I mean, Roger Moore was very funny in real life as well.
He was a charmer, and that definitely reflected in his performance as Bond. He brought that into his portrayal of the role.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Brosnan comes across as a little bit awkward in interviews. Not about Bond, but just generally. Seems like quite a reserved guy.
Yeah.
James Bond. James Bond.
James.
We're halfway through this movie already.
Yeah, God. Jeez.
The only thing I'd say so far, again, Stromberg, he hasn't really done very much.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I mean, everything else in this works perfectly for me. And the Lotus, I mean, damn, great car.
This is
Good morning, Major Boothroyd. Good morning, Major Boothroyd.
Morning, Major.
Nice.
Now, pay attention, now, person. I want you to take great care of this equipment. I want it to rather success to you. Have I ever let you down? Frequently.
Oh, we have a pretty good action scene now coming.
Yeah. Oh, I love this action scene.
I think the Lotus is actually one of the best cars that they've had. This film has got everything other than the villain. It's a classic Bond movie. It's so good.
You have a reservation for me, Mr. Sterling.
Hi, yes. Mr. and Mrs. Stern.
That's right.
We have suite A5 for you. It's sitting room. And 2 bedrooms.
Oh.
Money for me being a little over efficient. Have a messages for me. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Naomi. She's another
Yeah.
hit one.
Yeah.
So Roger Moore's suit is a interesting one as well in this scene.
Mr. Sterling,
Yes,
I'm in. Mr. Stromberg sent me to collect.
you do. This is my wife, who happens to be my assistant.
You are on holiday here?
And there's an ocean. A marine biologist is never on holiday. Can we offer you a drink before we do?
No, thank you. Mr. Stromberg's a very busy man. His time is precious.
Some crabs. Some sloppy lions.
Such love. Very nice piece of music. It's very, very different to some of the John Barry pieces of the earlier years. That is just the scope of this film is really impressive. And it'd be interesting now that Bond can finally meet Stromberg after an hour of the film.
Fuck. Sorry.
Oh, you just missed the part where he said, "Oh, such lovely lines." I wonder if he'd said that about the script.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The lines are pretty good though.
Bothered to me.
Yeah.
I'll be back soon.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Stromberg prefers not to shake hands. It's the third button.
Ah,
Mr. Stromberg.
Yeah, Naomi's pretty fit as well.
it's just like he was showing off.
Yeah.
It's basically a Blofeld layer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's designed for Blofeld.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. I mean, like I could definitely see Blofeld in this. Oh god, I mean, oh, that's quite disturbing. That hand in the tank.
I mean, even you could even say Stromberg's costume is Blofeld.
Yeah, sort of a red version.
Hmm.
I mean, I think Kurt Jurgens gives a good performance, but it's just he doesn't get much to do.
Yeah, I agree. The performance is fine. It's just that he's basically a Blofeld knockoff, and also, yeah, he gets nothing to do until the second half.
Yeah.
You'll recognize that variety.
I mean, after Christopher Lee as well, it's quite a disappointment, really, to see someone who barely features, whereas Scaramanga was quite pivotal in the previous film.
Yeah, I actually rewatched Man with Golden Gun the other night with my dad.
Mm.
I mean, Christopher Lee's outstanding in that film, and I think, honestly, Roger Moore and Christopher Lee together, I couldn't imagine any other Bonds in that, like any other Bond and villain, because they're both sort of, I mean, they sort of both got that gentlemanly feel about them, sort of English kind of thing. I mean, I couldn't imagine Sean Connery, Christopher Lee, it wouldn't have worked as well. Both sort of gentlemen in that film.
Yeah. Plus, though, I think they were very fond of each other because obviously Fleming knew. Well, Fleming was related to Christopher Lee distantly, I believe.
Yeah, he was his cousin. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I think Roger Moore, some people criticize him for not being faithful to the books. Well, Roger Moore was, one of Ian Fleming's first, choices, yeah, because The Saint and stuff like that. I mean, he had that what Fleming wrote in the book. I mean, I've read a few of the books. I read Live and Let Die, the book, and Bond is described in the books before it is described as an English sort of character, and he was annoyed when Connery was first cast, but he came to like Connery in a role. But
they changed some of the origins of the character.
Yeah,
Sean Connery.
But I mean, Bond was sort of always supposed to be the sort of English kind of gentleman that Ian Fleming wrote, and I think Roger Moore. I think Ian Fleming, if he saw Roger Moore, I think maybe he may find maybe some of the films outlandish, but
I think he would have been happy with the portrayal of the character.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Roger Moore didn't want to copy Sean Connery, so what else could he do? I mean, and he wanted to put George Lazenby to shame, so
yeah.
Well, actually, Lazenby did that himself, so
yeah.
Actually, could you imagine, like you say, Man with the Golden Gun with George Lazenby?
Oh God! Hey there, Scaramanga!
I'm dead.
God. Can you imagine? Oh, jeez, yeah. It would just be stupid, yeah.
Yeah. Lazenby wasn't bad in the action scenes, and the last scene of the film, but other than that, he was crap. His Bond.
Yeah.
Call me Hilly.
Call me Hilly.
Yeah. Hilly's got a nilly willy.
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah. Oh, are you on the chase now?
Just coming up to it now, yeah. 1 hour, 10 minutes.
What did you think of the model of that tank?
There was something strange about the design of her valves. I've asked them to check her out.
I mean, this movie is cheesy, but it's not silly. I wouldn't go that far in saying it's silly. Like, You Only Live Twice had the potential to be a great Bond movie. It had the potential to be one of the best Bond movies, but it's too silly.
Yeah, I mean, but there's nothing wrong with cheesing, I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if it works, then it works. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Like, I mean, even though I like Diamonds Are Forever, you could say some of the comedy doesn't work. You could say, especially for Die Another Day, I think, that's just completely out of control. Bond, just completely terrible one-liners every minute. The Spy Love Me has a nice mix of the one-liners with the action and everything else, and there's drama as well. Die Another Day is just completely.
It's fucking all over the place, that movie.
I mean,
it feels like Die Another Day is trying to be a parody. It's like it's trying to be a letdown to people.
Not only that, but it's trying to go for all these sort of different tones as well.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
I mean, I think hiring if you had a different director, it probably would have been a lot better.
Yeah. This action scene, I fucking love this action scene. The chase right here with Jaws. He just takes a gun off the guy.
This is fantastic. It's just so huge in scale, and the way it ends is brilliant when they go in the water.
Yeah, and the music, it's great.
Marvin Hamlish's score. I'm surprised he never returned to do another one.
Yeah. I mean, I think because maybe John Barry was sort of the go-to guy, and
maybe it was only because John Barry needed time off or something like that.
Yeah. When Jaws just comes out. What bit are you on?
That's when the cars landed in the man's house.
Yeah, same. I mean, that's what I loved about Spectre as well. Like that bit where Bond's car hit the Italian guy. That just reminded me of The Spy Love Me right there. Like,
Oh, yeah, with the airbag. It's those little details that make Bond, you know, sort of those classic moments. And Spectre captured that beautifully.
Yeah.
And even though it's a Daniel Craig movie, and when it's a bit darker and more gritty, it still had fun. And I appreciated that.
The action here, I love this action scene. Just fantastic.
Dun.
Sort of gives him the wink. I just love his expression. He just kind of smiles like, yes, you're shooting at me.
Naomi. Dun. Some great aerial shots as well.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Bond is that they go all out. They do it for real. I mean, other than the Brosnan movies where they had CGI, but
Yeah.
like all of this, couldn't have done it any other way at the time. And they obviously had a huge budget, and looks like it was well spent. You know what the budget for this film was?
Don't know. Sure, if you Wikipedia it, you'll find out.
Yeah, I'll look it up at some point.
Yeah. Well, this scene here, just
Classic.
yeah, the submarine bit. Like, this is like one of the first memories of Bond I had. Like, there was that. I remember that scene in Diamonds Are Forever where Connery's in the coffin, and then I remember this scene in The Spy Who Loved Me, the submarine part. I was just like, as a kid, it was like I was blown away. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's such a cool.
Yeah. Bye bye, Naomi. If it was Brosnan, he would have necrophiled her when she fell in the sea.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, this moment. Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, the soundtrack is great.
And just all the underwater shots.
Yeah.
It's so good. I like Thunderball, where it's just them like underwater fighting, which doesn't work. But yeah.
I mean, Thunderball, one of the most. I mean, I know Alan loves that film; it's his favorite, but I just find it so overrated.
Yeah. Sorry, Alan. I respect your opinion. I just can't watch Thunderball. It's just way too slow. I just can't get into it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a well-made film, but it's so boring, and the villains are shit. Like.
Yeah, and the underwater fighting for me, while it looks cool, it doesn't really work.
It's boring. Like they try to add the fast-paced music, it just doesn't work.
And it feels like a director's cut, that film.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because the first few Bond films were only like an hour and 40 minutes. That one was like 2 hours, and
2 hours 10, yeah. Don't. It's so good, this film. Whoa, that's close. This is so good. Seen this Lotus car on there's an exhibition in London called Bond in Motion, and they've recently added to it with the Spectre cars in that film. But seeing the Lotus there was very, very interesting.
yeah. I think in the Ulster-Fucking Transport Museum, I think they have the Lotus Esprit there.
Sorry?
In the Ulster Folk and Transport Museum, I don't. They never had the Lotus, but I always thought the DeLorean looked a little bit similar to the Lotus. Right.
I was just saying, if you go to London, obviously that's a trek for you, but there's an exhibition called Bond in Motion where they have all of the cars and everything on display. It's a short little thing, but it's good to look at, and there's a lot of nice, and they've added the cars of Spectre in there as well.
Yeah. I was going to say yeah, my cousin went to see he went to see.
So this is a great moment.
It'd be cool to see like the waxworks of like Sean Connery and Daniel Craig and stuff like that. Picture.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Daniel Craig, me and him were best buds.
Yeah. Me and Mr. Bond.
This joke here, I really like that they continue it throughout the next 3 Bond films. This guy like drinking the wine, and then the car comes out, and he's like, "What the hell? What's going on?" Like,
And then the fish.
yeah. How many minutes are you in?
I'm in 1 hour and 19 minutes.
Yeah.
So we've only got 40 minutes left.
Yeah.
This film isn't actually too long. It's rather like some of the Bond films. I mean, I do like, as much as I love Roger Moore, Octopussy was too long. I think for me, it dragged during the middle with the palace scenes.
I agree. Yeah.
Could have cut some of them out, but that's just fine.
Yeah. No, I mean, I actually really like that scene there with where Bond, you know, where Anya confronts Bond about killing her lover, and she's like, "Oh, at the end of this mission, I will kill you."
Yeah, that's something that's really interesting. Adds to the tension of their relationship.
I think Roger Moore's acting there is really good. Where it's like, you know, my profession, you know, he knew the risks. You know, I had to kill him. He was going to kill me.
Mm.
I think it's good acting there by Roger Moore. He's just kind of, you know.
I agree. Yeah, she's not great. She's okay, I guess.
Are you in the bit where they're in the submarine now?
Not yet. They're in the sort of the villa that they're in talking.
I'm on that bit as well.
Oh yeah, she's like, "Do you know him?" Like, where they're staying looks really nice. Like, so many locations that they show here, I love to go to, like, on holiday, or even just to see them as like Bond sets and locations.
Yeah.
When this mission is done, I will kill you.
Hello, Roger Moore killed George Lazenby. But then, after all that,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a shame Felix Leiter's not in this film.
Well, I suppose you don't need him in every Bond film.
Yeah, I guess not. I guess because it's more about them working with the Russians and obviously her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I hadn't expected you to be a woman.
Aboard this vessel, Commander, I am Major Massa of the Russian Army.
Yeah, sure.
It's good of you to help us out, Commander.
Got a couple of cabins at your disposal. Major, you're most welcome to use the shower in my quarters.
You do not have to show me any special favors, Commander.
All the same, I think it might be better if I did.
Because I've been on the submarine for so long. No.
Yeah.
You ever see a major taking a shower before?
Yeah.
From comm something I could serve.
Right.
See a bit of nipple.
Liparus.
You ever see a major taking a shower before?
Love the outfits that Bond and Anya are wearing.
Yeah.
Stand by for a second observation on target. Check. Target bearing. Mark. Range. Mark. Down stroke. One division in high power. Range 6,200 yards, sir. Angle on the bow. Port 50.
Control, torpedo. Boarding pressure ready, sir.
Major, this is bound to end up gravely disappointed.
I'm going to tell you on now.
Just when the red light sort of everything's sort of shaking.
Yeah. I'm about to see.
Never said.
I love this bit, like when they absorb the submarine.
Passable. Thinking about it now, how many scenes has Stromberg actually been in? He's only been in like 2 scenes, isn't he?
It's been in a 4 or 5, I think.
It doesn't feel like that much, but I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Well, quickly, we've got half an hour left.
Even a bit of the hangars now.
The bit with the golden sort of gold globe thing.
Yeah.
Stromberg has just appeared.
I think this set is amazing by Ken Adam. Probably his best set, the 3 submarines. at the time, I think it was the largest set ever built for a film.
I mean, this is just to die for. I mean,
Yeah.
the amount of planning it must have gone into make this must have been excruciating.
One of the best. I mean, I think just one of those Bond films was some of the best sets, ever.
Yeah, they've been blessed with brilliant production design. I think Peter Lamont's still doing it for the Craig era, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I loved about Spectre as well, is that there were huge sets in that, like proper Bond villain sets. Like you kind of lost that with Casino Royale because it was sort of a more down to earth kind of.
Still, the casino set was good.
No, I'm not denying the sets were good, but with Spectre, it was like, let's really go out there.
It was a bigger scale, like with Blofeld's Lair and the train and everything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to the toilet. I'll be right back, but keep it playing. I'm gonna leave mine running.
I love this bit here with
Okay, you're right. Move it out.
with Stromberg.
Stay close to me. We'll try and hide you.
I mean, Stromberg, I think, is a decent villain. I mean, I'm not going to go out and say he's great, but I think he's all right. He's just not one of the best.
Attention all personnel. Stromberg crews 1 and 2. Embark your submarines.
USS Wayne.
Put the Americans in with the others, Captain.
Remove the prisoner.
Spy, you love me. Bob, James Bond.
Don't look up. You're on candid camera.
Complete nuclear missile loading.
I think, just the whole set, everything here is brilliant. And just, I mean, God, I mean, this is amazing. I mean, that's one thing I love about the Bond films, is that they really put so much effort into making great sets.
Bring those 2 prisoners here.
Kurt Jurgens.
Bond and Major Amasova. You have certainly been persistent.
I think,
Now your curiosity can be satisfied.
it's a real testament to Roger Moore that this film still stars up all these years later. Well, I mean, a testament to the filmmakers as well, because I think without Roger Moore, this film
New York and Moscow
worked as well, just because of the humor. Like, I couldn't imagine Connery delivering this sort of stuff. Or Laser Bean. And I think Kurt Jurgens is just really, like, I mean, he's not great. I mean, I think it would be better if they swapped Hugo Drax from Moonraker and put him in Spy Love Me instead. Hugo Drax is a great Bond villain. I love Hugo Drax.
I'm back now. Sorry about that.
So, what bit are you on your Blu-ray?
1 hour 33 minutes. Just as the ship opening up.
just as the what's opening up. Sorry.
It's the submarine is just being moved out of the ship.
What idea?
Alright.
Ring up.
I think, you know, Despite Love Me would have benefited if you swapped over fucking Drax, Moonraker.
Sorry, I can't hear you. What did you say?
I think Despite Love Me, if you swapped Hugo, Drax, and Moonraker for Stromberg and Spy Love Me, then you probably would have. This would probably have been my favorite Bond film.
Yeah, I can see your point. Yeah, Stromberg just doesn't really have any personality.
Yeah. I love the action, just so good. I think are you in the bit with the little cars underneath the thing? Or you?
Too short, to be honest. The Bond is being taken to. Oh yeah, he's just starting to fight back now.
I think the action here is great.
Such an epic climax.
Yeah. Just shoots these guys with harpoons and stuff.
As much as I love space lasers in Moonraker, this is probably a lot stronger.
Yeah. Moonraker's good fun though. I mean, I agree. I can see why Alan likes that film. It's sort of, you know.
It's silly, but it's silly.
Yeah.
Hey,
One thing I will say about Moonraker, I'd take the space laser fight to the underwater fight any day.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Awesome score, again, by Martin Hamlish.
Yeah. If we do a Moonraker commentary, we should just open it with the Star Wars theme.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun. I'm surprised nobody's done like an opening crawl for Moonraker.
Yeah. Oh, this is so cool when he frees the prisoners out of the Navy and.
This is huge. This film is like, at the time, it was probably the biggest Bond movie.
I think it was, yeah. Well, it is still pretty big in terms of the scope of the film and the action and stuff. It's one of the biggest.
But they'll dramatically fall in the water.
Yeah, I think the tagline for this film was "It's the biggest, it's the best, it's Bond and beyond." Or maybe that was Moonraker.
Yeah. About most of them, when they come out, they're like, "Oh, it's the best Bond movie so far."
Yeah. What's your of the machine gun?
Same. I mean, wrecking the great work of Ken Adam, but oh well. That was what it was built for.
Yeah. I mean, as for Bond 25, I hope it's a good send off for Craig, and I agree with you. I hope they dedicate the film to Roger Moore. That'll be nice.
Yeah, that would be. I think it would be appreciated as well, because Craig, he thought a lot of Roger Moore, so
yeah,
when you'll make that happen, it'll be like you have to put in memory of Sir Roger Moore in the credits for Bond 25.
Yeah, I mean, Mur was Craig's first Bond. So.
He was probably one of Craig's biggest fans. Daniel Craig was excellent in the role.
Yeah. No, Roger Moore loved Daniel Craig as Bond. He thought Daniel Craig was the best Bond. He said Skyfall was his favorite Bond film.
Skyfall did surprise a lot of people.
Yeah. Skyfall was a fantastic 15th anniversary. I mean, I remember the first time I heard people say it's the best Bond film. I was kind of like, it's probably not going to be that good. And then just watching it, it was great. I mean, and Spectre just topped that for me. It was like, you go from Skyfall to that film. I think Sam Mendes, I wish he'd stay on for the next Bond film, just so that we have, just to make sure that we'd have a great send-off for Craig. But hopefully they'll get a good director for the new film like that.
That'd be my only worry when Craig returns, is that new director. But Mendes, I'm happy with what Mendes did for the series. You know, he made 2 amazing Bond movies, so really brought the series back after Quantum of Solace.
Yeah.
By many as a failure. Obviously, I don't think it's a failure, but it wasn't received very well, and there was a 4-year wait because of financial trouble. So it would have been a shame if Quantum was the last movie of the series.
Yeah. I mean, I don't ever want the series to end.
No, I mean, hopefully it's got a good 10 years left at least, or however long. I mean, there's a huge fan base, so I doubt it's going anywhere anytime soon.
No, I mean, they'll probably go on even after we're dead.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. And that's one thing, you'll never have a complete Bond box set.
Yeah. Unless it gets really bad, but I don't think it will come to that.
Then we must hope, Captain, that you will suffer no further.
I mean, it's a shame. What was it? Warren Zevon, when he was dying of cancer in 2002, said he wanted to see the last Bond film. He wanted to see one more Bond film before he died. It was a shame he had to watch that crap.
Wow. Well, he saw Roger Moore got to watch Spectre, I guess.
Yeah.
Jack, I used to watch it. That has to be the first time forever. What's the problem? This ring houses the impulse conductor circuits. It's magnetic.
No, we've only got like 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
What happens if you do?
Bond is already 50 years. Can you imagine it went on 100 years?
I mean, it'd be like the longest running film franchise ever.
Yeah.
Obviously, it had its breaks in between films, but it's more or less kept going for all that time.
Yeah. I mean, Bond. God, imagine one was for like 300 years, 400 years.
You'd have to obviously cast the right people in the role, etc.
Can you imagine someone like watched all 400 Bond films?
A ranking video of them all.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Here it is. Let's express it.
I mean, it's hard to rank the Bond films because there's so many, but it's cool when you do it.
Yeah. Some of them I'm certain of how I feel. Others, my opinion just keeps changing. It's like, it's really difficult to rank all 24 Bond movies.
No, the last ranking I did, Spectre came out, I rewatched quite a few of them and changed my opinions of quite a few of them. So, I mean, some I think you'll just always have the same opinion. If you love it, you'll love it. You just...
This is easy. 5, maybe even the top 3.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It looks like the droid thing from the Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Reminds me a bit of that floating droid from A New Hope.
Yeah,
The needle.
it does, doesn't it?
I love this score here. The ball ding 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 ding.
This is an appropriate scene to use the Bond theme. I like from Rush with Love, where they Bond walk in a room and they're just playing the Bond theme.
Yeah, it's epic. He's gonna explode this ball.
Sir, what is it? The monitor's check.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, from Rush with Love, that scene made no sense. You know, he's playing the Bond thing when he's opening a door. Like,
it was just a bizarre editing choice. Why they did that, but it didn't work.
Imagine he
did a sketch on it in his review.
Yeah.
Change the circuit.
We should do a commentary maybe about that highway and Watermark soon.
Well, we can ask him if he's around, but obviously there's the time difference, so...
Yeah. No, he said he was up for it. We could do it maybe when he's free.
But too late, one. The submarine's already on station. In 4 minutes, the missiles will be launched.
I mean, it's weird. Like, someone pointed this out to me the other day.
The printout transmission. Can you work it?
Someone said to me that he's a Bond fan, that Connor, who's a Bond fan, said he always sort of prided himself on the fact that all the Bonds were still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird now that one of the Bonds is dead, because it's different in Doctor Who. The Doctors, like the first 3 Doctors, been dead for years, and now it's. I mean, it's weird though, because like Bond has been going on longer than Doctor Who, but no one's died. Yeah, but I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's a series that's been going on for years and years. I mean,
it was going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
It sounds, unfortunately, it's life. You know, we have to accept that they won't be around forever, and unfortunately, Roger was the first to go.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was going to happen. But I mean, I just remember hearing it. I mean, it just feels weird now, but I mean, we have to get used to it, you know. And
Stromberg 1 and Stromberg 2.
Yeah. Laser beam.
You could probably say that about all the villains, though. They have inflated opinions of themselves.
Yeah.
I guess Bond does as well, though.
Side control?
Yeah, he does, but...
Coordinates are 03, 485, 219.
About Sheriff Bond.
Yeah. So the next Bond film's going to be a tough act to follow Spectre.
I'm surprised that Moonraker didn't actually use lightsabers.
Yeah.
Guess it would have cost too much money at the time.
I understand people finding Moonraker ridiculous, but I don't see why some people said it's worse than the series. At least it had the humor, and it, you know, at least the humor worked, and it knew it was silly. That Another Day was like, it was trying to be serious as well, and like add all this
The difference is, everybody knows it's silly. It's fun with it. Die Another Day tries to take itself seriously, and that's why it fails.
Yeah.
I mean, but Die Another Day was just a mess overall.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah. Die Another Day was just. Ugh. I mean, God, I mean, this is actually going by pretty quickly. Die Another Day was a drag to sit through.
We've only got like 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
That.
Exactly. I mean, for me, the Brosnan movies are just kind of like the Brosnan era done really badly.
Yeah.
One thing I will say though about the next Bond film, I hope the next director he keeps the same tone as Spectre, because I really love Daniel Craig's performance in Spectre.
Open out a door and keep one.
Yeah. I think Mendes has put the series in a good place. It's balanced now between the modern Bond and the classic Bond, and he's captured both of them perfectly. So the new guy, whoever replaces Mendes, is two tough acts to follow. And Spectre. Look, you know, it is a worry that it might not be as good, but as long as it's keeping within the same tone and style, and it feels just like a classic Bond movie, then I'm happy. And if it's Craig's last one, you know, let him go out on a high note.
I hope for the next Bond they don't reboot the whole thing again, like everything to Money Penny and stuff, because I'm really liking Ben Whishaw and Naomi Harris and stuff.
Oh yeah, they could last like another 50 years in those roles.
Yeah.
If they wanted to.
I could see them in the next, it's in the next 50 years.
Plus, we've only had them for 2 films, so even after a third one, I doubt they'd be willing to just move on from that.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine Ben Whishaw gets to see his Desmond Llewellyn and he took off the glasses? It would be quite interesting.
Huh.
I think the mob work and the stuff they've done here is really great. I mean, you can't tell it's a mob, it looks like a ship sinking.
And now we're heading to the final stage. Stromberg.
Yeah.
How far is it?
His death is quite hilarious, to be honest.
10,000 yards.
Yeah.
Like his reactions, like it's a bit like pantomime death.
Yeah. Although I do like that confrontation scene where it's like, you've shot your bolt, Stromberg, now it's my turn. And he just like.
I just got this thing.
It's cool, like he has like a explosive like thing underneath the table. It's quite cool.
5 minutes. Torpedoes? Yes. Has Anya on there? I don't change the next time. I have to get her off. How? The equipment cues it. Can I help? Sure.
I really like the scene where, He does care for Anya, so he's going back for her.
He's going to care for her.
But that comes up in 40 minutes.
I think Roger Moore's acting here is quite good. You know, you can tell, you know, he really cares for her.
Come in. Yeah, I'll give you a hand.
40 minutes.
Yeah. Bond, James Bond.
I've been expecting. Stay where you are. I said it down to you.
James Bond.
Goodbye, Mr. Button. You did want me to drop in.
What's with the jazzy music for the show?
What is that? British agent.
I don't mind it.
In love with Russian agent. Détente indeed.
Détente.
Sit down, Mr. Button. What is that? Your time's running out, Stromberg. Yours too, Mr. Button. Yours too.
Oh shit.
And faster than you think.
His tie as a napkin.
What?
He's using his tie as a napkin.
Well, Stromberg.
Yeah.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah, his dad is a bit over the top. Although I do like watching where it's like you shot and fall Stromberg, not to my turn. Oh, Jaws. Hello, Jaws. Man, the Bond.
This is a great fight.
Yeah. The thing was, I mean, Roger Moore was a tall guy, 6'2", and you know, Richard Keel, like, I mean, he makes Roger Moore look like a midget. It's in the smile.
When I see you cry, it makes me smile.
see you cry.
How does that grab you?
It makes me smile.
How does that grab you?
How does that grab you? It's amazed it actually stays on, considering it's like Jaws is probably heavier than the magnet.
Yeah. One thing I will say about the Roger Moore Bond films is that it was always great watching them with my mum as well, because every time I put on a Roger Moore Bond film, she would always be laughing and enjoying it. And it was just great to like laugh along as well, which, you know, it's a shame that
Jane, stronger?
Dead. So are we, unless we get out of here fast.
this is so cool though, this when he bites the shark. Jaws literally Jaws.
My God, that is. She's so sexy.
Yeah. I mean that outfit. Woo! You can obviously tell Stromberg wanted her for his own sexual needs.
Oh, there's a way out.
Nice cleavage. Now sexy. Make her star down. Fucking.
Well, that was a lucky escape.
Yeah.
Maybe I misjudged Stromberg. The man who drinks Dom Perignon 52 can't be all bad.
What about you on?
This will be the end. That's open bottle.
Yeah.
The mission is over, Commander.
I quite like this bit.
In my country, Major, the condemned man is usually allowed a final request.
Granted.
Let's get out of this one, thanks.
It's a nice escape pod with very luxurious cushions.
Yeah.
I think there's a danger of the bends.
Well, you'll soon find out.
I love this bit.
Well, what do you think they're doing?
Such a classic Bond moment.
Keeping the British hand up, sir.
Nobody else. Nobody does it half as good as you, baby. You're the best.
That was very good.
Yeah,
An excellent Bond film.
yeah. I'm just such a. I mean, nobody does it better, and Roger Moore for me. I think the song just. I think the song just encapsulates his Bond so well, and the way they've been playing on the radio and stuff for him, it's great. I love the song. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. It was great. Definitely one of the best Bond films.
Yeah. And obviously, they didn't know that they were going to make Moonraker when they were making this film, so they put Your Eyes Only.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. And then For Your Eyes Only would be the one after. I wonder if For Your Eyes Only would it. I think it might have been different if they made it straight after The Spy Loved Me. It wouldn't have been more of a Connery film.
Yeah. Nowadays, they obviously just put James Bond Will Return.
Yeah.
They don't have the time to sort of decide what the title is for the new one that comes after it.
Yeah, it's because they don't have the books anymore. They don't have titles for the books. Well, no, they still got titles for the books, but they just, yeah, I think when they're thinking of names, they just, well, yeah, they don't do it now because you can get a mistake like that. James Bond Will Return For Your Eyes Only. It's like, oh,
wow, that was excellent, and it's I'm sure Roger Moore would be very proud of this one.
yeah. I think out of all the Bond films, that was his favorite. I think definitely his best performance, and just a great Bond film in general. Just everything that works really. I mean, Stromberg, it's the only little nick I have of it, and that's not a huge thing. I still give it a 10 out of 10. I think it's a great.
Yeah. I mean, the villain's a bit mediocre, but again, yeah, I would rate it 10 as well. I think it's my favourite Roger Moore Bond movie, despite Stromberg. But other than that, it's absolutely brilliant. It's got everything other than the villain. It's just classic Bond. And I kind of also define some of the classic traits as well. Like some of the classic scenes from this movie, like the stuff with the Lotus, the very end when he says, "Keeping the British end up, sir." The action, just everything. Jaws, just brilliant.
I mean, one thing I will say about Roger Moore is, even though he's dead, his legacy will always live on in these films and the work he's done in real life. I mean, that's one great thing, is that you can always rewatch these films.
I couldn't hear you, buddy. Sorry, your fan was blowing over your voice there.
I was just saying that what's great about the Bond films, and even though Roger Moore is dead now, these films will always live on. His legacy will always live on, in these films. Not just that, but legacy in real life. But I mean, we can always savor his performances in these films. Like I mean, we can always go back and rewatch them, and I mean, and that's what's great about the Bond series, is that even though he's dead, there'll be generations of kids will grow up and that he might be their favorite Bond, or anybody in the role really.
Yeah,
That's what's good with films.
and the films are timeless as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
They will exist forever.
yeah, I agree. It's just.
Well, sorry.
No, it's fine. I'll finish what I have to say.
Cool. Well, that pretty much wraps up this commentary. So, thank you very much for attending, Jack. It's been great. This one's been a lot of fun. And thank you guys for watching and listening. Stay tuned for the next one. Until then, I'm Mr. TARDIS11. This is Jack McCullough, and see ya.